Jen Nibley. I'm the Circles Utah Valley coordinator, and we are down here at the open house for Circles in Spanish Fork. Circles is a national initiative. It started over 15 years ago. It made its way to Utah 5 years ago and started in Provo at Community Action Services and Food Bank. And down there, we've been working with families in the area, and we came into some funding to expand in Utah Valley, and we moved into Orem, and we had an opportunity to choose another location. We could have gone to North County, where there's a lot of population and demand, but I felt strongly about coming to South County. We do have families from Lakeshore and Payson and other areas driving up to Provo to participate in the Provo Circles program, and I know that there's need down here, and I felt that this was a perfect opportunity as we have the funding to expand to come into Spanish Fork. We see Spanish Fork as a good hub for the South County area, and as we move forward, we hope to continue to build champions in this area to help bring it to the full potential that it has. Circles requires a lot of community involvement, a lot of community volunteers, of supporting these families as they move forward to permanently get out of poverty, become economically stable, and to be more actively involved in our community as their own personal lives too.
Yeah, well, thanks. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Autumn, and I just wanted to share a little bit of my story with you. Because I'm a definite believer in this program, and the proof is in how far my life has come since I've started. So, when I first came to Circles, I was on unemployment. I had lost my job. I was 6 months pregnant, and I was, I had food stamps. I was on Medicaid. I was in an apartment that I could not afford. I just filed bankruptcy. I had no credit to speak of. And I was basically, as a family and as a person, drowning. I was not doing well. I had all the ambition in the world to better my life and situation. But every single time I would attempt to, I would hit these roadblocks that I could never get past, and they would sabotage me every time. And as a person, I had a tendency that whenever I would hit these roadblocks, and it just became too much, I just wanted to just curl up and just stop trying. And because of that, I found myself, just like Jen mentioned, cycling through these phases where I never actually moved forward from where I was. So I was referred to Circles by a friend. I actually started the group and the class without really even knowing too much about Circles at all. Someone just said, hey, these people will help. Come to this church on this day and, just start. And I did. I just showed up. I didn't even know what I was doing. But I went through the class, the training, and I learned some very valuable skills right off the bat. I learned about what was keeping me where I was. I learned special tips on how to set goals. And I learned how to work through difficult problems and roadblocks that I could get past. And the great thing about that is once the class was done, then I was paired up with people in the community who every week would sit down with me and talk about a goal of mine. And it was broken down in ways that I could accomplish. It was it wasn't this huge mountain that I had to climb all by myself anymore. It was now all of a sudden, all you need to do is do this one thing. And you know what? I'll check with you next week. And if you have any questions, you can text me or call me or email me, and we're gonna get through the problem together. And so every week that I went and I worked on one goal at a time, after a while, you kind of look back on what you've done and you're like, wow, did I just do all that? Did I just accomplish all this? Which I haven't been able to accomplish on my own, since starting the Circle. So it was really amazing. So just to give you some examples of some of the things that I've accomplished personally since starting Circles and the support that I have had. The number one thing is that I've cleaned up my credit. So I went from a really, really bad score and owing everybody money to almost to the point where I am this close from paying off all of my debts. I have less than 5% of my income is debt. So less than 5% is debt. So I am doing very, very well. I am literally less than $1,000 away from being paid off of everything. And I don't owe anyone anything other than just a few things left. I could not get an apartment. I tried to get an apartment for me and my children. I got denied because of my credit. Not anymore. So my score's gone up. My debts are being paid off. Another huge accomplishment is I lost 113 pounds. I was really unhealthy and I did not have the energy to work a full-time job and take care of my children on my own. And so I was able to get my health back. That was a huge personal journey that I utilized just the support and help and the tools that Circles taught me, and to accomplish one of my personal goals with that. Also, I've been, I'm living with a family member right now, and I couldn't even get an apartment last year, and now I am in the process of qualifying for a Habitat for Humanity home. And so there's a possibility that I may even be able to have a house for me and my children, which never would have been possible before. Sorry. That's a huge dream of mine and a huge failure that I've had to deal with throughout my life. And that possibility that it could be me is overwhelming. That I could possibly have a house for my children is huge. Stability has been a failure of mine, and that's something that I have now. I have stability for my children. I have a full-time job now that I work, and am in the process of choosing a new direction for a career that will further bring that stability for me. And that's something that I'm working with my allies, and we have a great plan. And every day, every week that we set these goals, I'm that much closer to making it happen for real, for me and my family. So for me, it's been absolutely a lifesaver. For me, it's changed my children's life, it's changed my life, and I couldn't be more grateful that I was able to accomplish what I did. And it was because of all the support and love from the Circle program and all the skills that they have brought to me. I know that my future is bright, and I have hope that it's gonna get so much more better, and that I'm not running around in circles with it like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to accomplish these things that I never could before. So it's definitely worth it. There are people out there that will definitely appreciate it. There are people that want this change in their life, and they're willing to fight for it. They just need help. So it's important.